I love looking at like Navy SEALs, right? One of the things I love is like you have this whole group of guys who are in spectacular shape, right? And one of the things I'd wanted to see was the mental aspect of it. The Navy SEALs, one of my favorite things I've learned is they say, you know, out of every 100 guys or so that are brought into buds, they know a certain percentage are gonna fail, and then a very select few, perhaps 10 will only make it, right? So a small amount of these SEALs are gonna make it.
Sure.
But one of the things I got from them was they're not proud of that number. Like it's not like a prideful thing where they're like, yeah, you know, out of 1,000 guys, only so many make it, and I'm one of them.
Yeah.
It was more of a disappointment. And as I learned more, I realized that it's a disappointment because every person they bring, they've researched, they've studied. Money is not an issue. They know everything they need to know about a person. Physically speaking, they know every person they bring on is physically capable of passing. Yeah. And then along with that, another thing kind of in that same category was, if you really look back at it, they say back in the days, meaning like the 60s, the 70s, when like performance enhancers were really starting to come out and people were experimenting with them, they found that you could be the most elite physical specimen in the world that the world has ever seen, right? But if you hesitate 1 second on the battlefield,
it's life or death, right?
It's life or death. You've killed your whole group, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I go to those stories because in the beginning, I was telling you what it takes to actually hurt somebody, what it takes to actually try to follow through, and to show that it's the mentality that I got interested in my life, of the mentality of what does it take for somebody who's physically capable of something, but what does it take for them to pass mentally? Or what does it take for somebody who's physically capable of being the world champ, but for some reason can't pull the trigger?
Dude.
You see what I'm saying? And we see that in all aspects of life.
Well, I see that in what I do with sales all the time, where it's like I'll interview someone and I'll be like, they're charismatic naturally when they speak. They're good at you can just tell. I can tell if someone's good at persuasion. They have some social competency. But I'll see those people fail all the time because the why. What's the difference? It's like it's their mind.
That's the only difference.
It's
the only difference.
It's literally it's all mind. And then on the same token, like flip side, I'll see people who, because I'm in door-to-door sales. What I do is really hard for most people, right?
Yeah.
But like, I'll see people who are not as socially competent, not as naturally persuasive. They maybe even might stutter, but if they have a strong mind and they've been in situations in their life that's required them to develop a strong mentality, and that can be categorized into a bunch of different things: beliefs, attitude, positivity, like whatever you want to call it. They'll always win, always. So it's funny though, right? Yeah. Because you would think that it's the guy that's the most charismatic is going to be the best salesman or the best businessman or whatever, but it's like no, never. I can bet that they might be good.
Right.
But if someone has a strong mentality, strong mind, I can always bet that they'll succeed. Always. Yeah. And but that's basically kind of what you're getting at.
That's
right?
exactly what I'm getting at. Absolutely. And also, and that's what I'm interested in is how do you find that in somebody?